This ano, am I confused though? Say GitHub which is owned by Microsoft. Hackers to me hack here. What is just who building? Imagine you are building a multi-billion-dollar app. Now we store code no or GitHub. Not just saying yes safe. Hmm. I must see a crime is true. Miss Surupa was
Oh, so see, I know, we have the dark web on, and now there are, say AI, no, the no, like in terms of the generative AI now platforms now air public now, like in like ethical. I don't want to mean strong because ultra unethical we are prompter and yeah the more answer. But in the dark web too, they have their own generative AI. They can moment the young so like hacking they can so a moment we develop a prompter like everything hack systems in the account. So internet most of the time I was have these big companies no serious ethical hackers between hack system no who loopholes any vulnerabilities in the account so that they protect it because the dark web no and no it's not available to the public or and illegal platforms are like they develop their own into technology no the or bad side and the good side in for how the AI just like on say AI no in develop hypersonic weapons in the account. So that is what is going on.
Solomon. Minim say we will be a what dream Africa. What do you think? Don't you think say Africa for your operating system? All the operating systems are a US for their Android, their Google, their iOS, their Apple, their Windows, Linux, their minim, but I'm perceiving say Linux so US. That is operating systems they using in our US. Into one day Google for sorry say, okay, Trump ma order say Google mon cut Africa for off. Apple mon cut Africa for off. Mo to me use Apple. That is in an instance, Africa for you to me use BB because the product belongs to US. At in Africa for young kasa yenye way. So we keep our own data and I something beyond us. I am because Apostle could do something to me a car. Or to me a car. And then making a mobile phone should be very cheap. Because car no boy didn't see phone. Car boy a heading a see phone. Car to me $300,000. Phone a cost for per simple phone $1,000. Ubenya be $500 crowd ubenya phone. I just don't know.
Okay, actually, no, big tech companies no, in terms of Microsoft, your friend saying GitHub, Oracle, all those big companies, Facebook, they are kind of there's no way I'm gonna say like they will not let us have access to their technologies because some of these technologies, no, I'm software developers now. I'm age in this tech companies. No, some of them are African Americans, some of them are Africans, and some of them are Indians, and some of them are Asian people. You can be surprised. Like I know a lot of Bangladesh people. I have friends, even on Facebook, I'm here Bangladesh for like I'm here software developers in the Akano. So there are people in Asian countries are like they are software developers. They are working for these big companies in the Akano. So there is no way I'm like I say access to their technologies because Indians, a lot of Indians, I know a lot of Indians are like if you call me GitHub like show me followers you see that there are Indians who are working for Yahoo and big tech companies. So top software engineers Jumama all these big companies. So and you're entirely true. So I'm gonna develop these technologies. What these tech companies in US say like when they have an idea, when they develop the idea, then they um, employ people from different countries. Countries are more potential software developers like Indians, Bangladesh, Chinese for even Africans, African Americans, and see they develop the technology and the technology become complex. Time Zuckerberg, I started say Facebook around. I joined Facebook around 2008. So and 2008, now that time you use high five and so now Facebook by Facebook now in shed any features, not a raw PHP file. So as time went on, he employed a lot of software developers from other Asian countries, other countries, even African countries, their kind. So you'll be surprised that there are Africans who are even working for Facebook, their kind. You'll be very surprised. So and you're entirely true. Someone will develop these technologies. Oh, sad, and even Thomas Mensah crowd develop your friends say the fiber optics in the crowd. Ultimately, say and you know can develop here, but only white people, only other white people no develop the fiber optics. So media can I know a Ghanaian and also only white people develop video streaming technology. And see YouTube, I'm video streaming technology, and entirely their technology, technology will be developing, and those people they are not popular people, so who the popular people that are the CEOs of these big companies, Google and their kind of Facebook and their kind of, but there are people who are behind the scenes who are working for these companies, and most of them are not indigenous of the United States and their kind of. Nti enya de omo tia kase omo man use omo technologies. Now moving forward, so no I was saying Yankasa Africans, no, you develop Yankasa technologies in terms of operating systems, social media platforms, other platforms, so that we own our own data. So we have to own our own data because these tech companies now are more rich, they make a lot of money from our data. We are also consumers into because they are the producers of these technologies. They have access to all our data and they make data analytics on this data media account. And sometimes our data becomes compromised because CIA and top security agencies or America. Catch Facebook say more data media account. They can have access to your data media account. It's very and share ethical say your data offshore ne dia kind into big tech companies they make a lot of money with their our data ne dia kind into they cannot say they will not allow us not to use their technologies ne dia kind. So, I was saying, because I own your own data, we have to learn from the Chinese model because Chinese for normal developer more social media so that they have access to their data and their channel so that they even control the kind of content and coffee posting in their channel. And can you be surprised? Zuckerberg, no person to startup company be war. China, but the Chinese did not allow him to buy the startup company. Though Zuckerberg he has a good mindset, say, or person or tosa startup company, but the Chinese they want to have own their own data in their account and they want to protect their own technologies and so they didn't allow Zuckerberg to buy the startup company in their account. So into Yankasa, so I will say developer Yankasa technology so that we own our own data in the account so that nobody can compromise our data. So in the account and see that is the way to go. I was saying Yankasa developer Yankasa technologies. Another thing is, I would say Yankasa manufacturing in terms of like Kojo Safo was a good model. Like the government should have supported him so that he develops cars, like very affordable cars or Ghana, so that people can afford to buy those cars than to ship cars from abroad through using this port duties. Maybe I can very expensive port duties. Maybe I can say kind of if we are breaching. Can you imagine say make call an Italian website, auction website, yeah. That time of Valley View University. Into me call site and we said Charlie they were so cheap cars. Cars be about $200. Well, and your luxury car, but like a normal car be like $200 crowd between at all. But me use some two be or some websites me refi into me call me call input data of the car no and I generate duty, like port duty for in Ghana. Me generate, a $200 car, the duty was around 15,000 Ghana cedis. Now that time, no, the dollar was 4 cedis. So into 15,000 was a big money those days. It was 15,000 yes, but those times not 15,000 is a huge money. Into imagine 15,000 plus the $200. No, Charlie, the car will be expensive. Into imagine says like a car, a luxurious car. Imagine the amount of duty. Will be here, maybe a car. So car and expensive. Okwa brocha cars are very very cheap. So even madam for be Australia or say only Tesla ne dia kana carpenters ne like technical people mo yejuma or building construction for even labor car or Australia bet you to car unti car na nya unti aboriginal car car nya luxury so nya luxury but over Africa hana because car expensive na better than luxury in dia car unti I was saying because manufacturing base, I everything manufacture and say cars, ne and say phones and the kind because China no, okay China, what you talk phone at low as $20, go in your phone at all. Even solar panels, okra $20, but your solar panel at all China because they have the manufacturing base, they produce in mass production. Into yes, and supplies more than demand. Into yes, and BT price not down. Into the price of those gadgets are very cheap in India because we don't have a manufacturing base, we import everything and even the duty in India can inflate price in India can it's a whole lot of problems in Africa. I was say fix it.